Welcome to my big board. I'm so excited to kick off this new video series, which is all about bringing you big communication tips on the big board, because the big board equals big tips. Now, to kick off today, we're going to look at ways to open our presentations. And to do that, I've enlisted the help of a very old school music artist. Some of you will remember him, others won't have a clue what I'm talking about. But there was one song in particular that made this guy famous, and his name is Cisco. Now, the reason why I'm drawing on Cisco for this communication tip is because there are 5 ways that I want to introduce you to open your presentations with as much impact as possible. The first one is to tell a story. And I've spoken about this before, but the reason why I love stories is because the audience can relate to the characters that we bring to life through our story. They're also really memorable as well. The key thing to remember if you are going to use stories though is to make sure there's a purpose to the story that you're telling. So make sure that it's relevant to the topic that you're talking about. Don't tell a story that's just for the sake of it, to make the audience laugh. Great. It needs to have a purpose, so make sure there is a connection to the topic that you're presenting on. The second one is going back to basics, if I can do my spelling right here, and is to do a standard introduction to ourselves. So introduce yourselves nice and easy, keeping it simple. This is really great, especially if you're a bit nervous leading up to a presentation. You just want to get off onto a good foot, because a good start is going to help lead to a great presentation. It might be something like, "Hi everyone, I'm Jenna and I'm really excited to be talking to you about ABC today." Keep it simple and get off onto a good foot for your presentation. So back to basics introduction is the second one. The third one is to bring in some statistics or a fact that's going to wow our audience a little bit, and it really gets them sitting up and thinking, "Wow, no, I didn't know that. I want to find out more." And this is really great, especially if you're pitching a business, for example. Maybe you're pitching to investors, potential founders. Statistics are a great way to show the opportunity of the problem that you're solving. So think about any stats or facts that you can bring in that are going to wow your audience a little bit. The next one, and this is a really common one, and it's to use a question. And that could be a rhetorical or an actual question. Rhetorical questions are great if you just want to plant a seed, plant a thought or an idea in the audience's minds and get them engaged from the start in that way. Or an actual question that you're looking for an answer from your audience. And if this is on video, you might invite them to pop into the chat the answers that they're bringing up to the question that you're asking. It's just a really great way to get them engaged, get them interacting right from the start of your presentations. It'll also relax you a little bit knowing that your audience is on side and they're engaging with you. And the final one, and this is just to invite you to get a bit creative, because it's thinking about, okay, what are the other options that we can use to open our presentations with as much impact as possible? So today we've spoken about stories, we've looked at going back to basics, doing an introduction to ourselves, we're looking at statistics or facts that are going to wow our audience a little bit. We're then looking at questions, whether that's rhetorical or actual questions. Think about what other options are there that you could use to open your presentations in a really creative way. I'd love to get your thoughts and hear what you think about these options and what they could be. But that's the big communication tip today, thinking about ways to open our presentation using the big board. If you found this video useful, check out even more ways to upgrade your impact by subscribing to my YouTube channel.